गुरु गौरांग गंधर्व गिरिधारी शिष्य राधा विनोद बिहारी जू की जाय। श्री गोविंद गोपीनाथ मदन मोहन जू की जाय। नित्याल प्रविष्टम विष्णुपार अश्रुतर शुत शिशिमार भक्ति वेदांत नारायण गोसाई महाराज श्रील गुरुदेव की जाय। नित्याल प्रविष्टम विष्णुपार अश्रुतर शुत शिशिमार भक्ति वेदांत वामन गोसाई महाराज की जाय। नित्याल प्रविष्टम विष्णुपार शतर शत शिशुमार भक्ति वेदांत साई महाराज शिल प्रभुपाद की जाय। नित्याल प्रविष्टम विष्णुपार शतर शत शिशुमार भक्ति प्रज्ञान केशव गोसाई महाराज की जाय। नित्याल प्रविष्टम विष्णुपार शतर शत शिशुमार भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोसाई प्रभुपाद की जाय। नित्याल प्रविष्ट महाभागवत श्री गोरक्षरदास बाबूजी महाराज की जाय। नित्याल प्रविष्ट वैष्णव सार्वभौम श्री जगन्नाथ दास बाबूजी महाराज की जाय। श्री रूपानु गौरिया गुरु वर्ग की जाय। श्री रूप सनातन भट्ट रघुनाथ श्री जीव गोपाल भट्टदास रघुनाथ शार गोसाई प्रभु की जाय। श्री स्वरूप दामोदर राय रामानंदारी श्री गौर पार्षद वृंद की जाय। नाम चय श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की जाय। प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधार शिवासरी गौर भक्त वृंद की जाय। श्री क्षेत्र मंडल गौरमंडल व्रजमंडल मथुर वृंदावन धाम की जाय। सर्व अभिष्ट विराट गिरिराज महाराज की जाय। श्री राधा कुंड श्याम कुंड की जाय। श्री यमुना देवी गंगा देवी की जाय। श्री तुलसी महारानी वृंद देवी की जाय। श्री भक्ति देवी की जय। श्री पूर्णमासी योगमाया की जय। श्री गोपेश्वर महादेव की जय। जय श्री झूलन यात्रा की जय। झूलन यात्रा महामहोत्सव की जय। श्री श्री राधा गोविंद झूलन यात्रा की जय। जय श्री Is it Pavitra Ropanakarashi today? Let me just see. Yes. Jai Shri Pavitra Ropanakarashi Titi ki Jai. Karashi Titi Palan Kari Bhakta Vrinda ki Jai. Shri Chaturmasya Vrat ki Jai. The Adivas Titi of Srila Rupa Goswami's disappearance day ki Jai. Jai Shri Harinam Sankirtani ki Jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki Jai. Samagata Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki Jai. Shri Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bo. Hare Krishna. 1 second, let me. Oh, wait, no, let's do the Mangalacharan. Where is it? Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Guruve Gaurachandraya Radhikaya Tadalaye Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tadbhaktaya Namo Namaha. Shri Siddhanta Saraswati Tividito Kodiya Gurvanvaye Bhato Bhanuriva Prabhata Gagane Yogora Sankirtanai Maya Varatimingilo Daragatan Udritya Jiva Niman Krishna Prema Sudabdika Hanasukam Pradat Prabhung Tang Bhaje Vande Bhakti Vinodangshi Gaur Shakti Swarupakam Bhakti Shastragya Samraja Radha Rasa Sudha Nidhim Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kada Mahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gauratvishe Namaha. He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sutte Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vrindayai Tulsi Devai Priyayai Keshavasya Cha Krishna Bhakti Pradedevi Satyavatai Namo Namaha Bhaja Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, dear devotees, Dandavat Pranam, Nri Hari Prabhu, Bhavatarani Mataji, Sarveshwari Mataji, Anadi Krishna Prabhu, Radha Vinod Prabhu, Harivo. Oh, and I think you wrote me a message, right, the other day, and I had such a crazy day yesterday. I didn't get around to responding. Dandavat pranams. I will respond after this program. And also pranams to all devotees watching on YouTube and Facebook. I opened up Restream late, so I might be missing some devotees watching on Facebook, but I'm guessing, uh, well, maybe Sripad Bhaktivedanta Sajan Maharaj, and I think Radha Madhav might be there. I don't know. And also to all devotees on YouTube, Ganga Mataji, Krishna Mai Didi, Rohini Nandan Prabhu, Raseshwari Mataji, Bilva Mangal Prabhu, Shama Didi, and Indira Mataji, and also all the devotees watching in the future, like Shachi Devi, Jayadev Prabhu, Revati Didi, and Manjari Didi, and also Krishna Rose, Haribol. So today we're reading from Srila Kavi Karnapur. Yeah. Oh, I didn't say his name in the Jaidwani, did I? So Shri Kavi Karnapur ki Jai, and Jai Ānanda-vṛndāvana-campū ki Jai. So yeah, the past few years I've been reading from the last chapter of Ānanda-vṛndāvana-campū by Kavi Karnapur. It is you can't describe it. Yeah, it's the most beautiful poetic thing I've ever read. It's anyway, so we'll read that today, and it's long, and so we'll probably go way over time today, just letting you know. But if any of you have to leave, once after an hour, you could always leave and watch the rest later because this is all being streamed on YouTube. So, okay, where is it? What am I looking for? Here. Oh, I thought I just wait. Where is it? It is, and this is from the edition of Ānanda-vṛndāvana-campū, which was published by Mahanidhi Swami. I think he has a different name now. I don't know what his name is though. And when we read this last year, I checked a few things just to make sure it was an accurate translation. It seemed good enough to me. I didn't like check through the whole thing, but I just checked through a couple sections, and it seemed like a pretty okay translation. So, chapter 22, the Swing Festival Pastimes. Yeah, this pastime is wild. Okay, so the stealing of Krishna's flute occurred in the middle of the springtime holy festival. On another day, Krishna performed the swing festival, Jhulan Yatra, which is the perfect object of meditation for those desiring a taste of devotion. On that day, the sweet pastimes of Radha and Krishna far surpassed the sporting of the demigods and their wives in their celestial gardens. This chapter describes Krishna's ecstatic swing festival, which is incomprehensible to the three worlds. The swing festival was held in a special place in Vrindavan, which was bordered by a line of desire trees of equal height, with round trunks and branches, and whose ends intertwined, leaving a bare space in the middle. The line of trees appeared like a wall of sapphire jewels. Besides the birds inhabiting those trees, the presiding deities of the forest had placed various items in the trees, including chamars, silk cloth, long strands of pearls, jewels, fruits, and flowers. A square-shaped golden stage, a square-shaped golden stage stood in the center of the decorated trees. In the middle of the stage was a jeweled kunj with 4 doors. 4 harichandan trees stood as pillars in the corners of the kunj. The intertwining of the tree's upper branches formed an overhead canopy. The swing hung on thin golden ropes tied to the branches of the harichandan trees. This arena appeared in the center. Each gopi group leader had a personal kunj with a swing in the 4 directions radiating from this central arena. The other arenas, lined with pleasant devataru trees, radiated green all around and resonated with the singing of young cooing birds. They served as the embodiments of festivity. They served as the embodiments of festivity for the entire earth. One swing hung from each pair of trees, and sitting platforms for the gopis encircled the bases of these trees. Golden chains tied securely to the branches of the trees hung down in straight lines. Okay, so there are swings on all sides, all facing each other, right? Yeah, because the trees are encircling, and then from each pair of trees, there are, golden chains. In the center arena, I think, oh, maybe, wait. Maybe these aren't golden chains for the swings. I don't know. Sorry, I'm a bit spaced out this morning. Also, today was another morning where I was working on the songbook all the way till we started our program. So, okay. So in the center arena, 4 lines of swings belonging to different leaders faced the 4 doors of the main kunja. Okay, yeah. So all the faces, the 4 swings on the 4, they're all, yeah, they're all facing each other, the swings, I guess, on the 4 sides. Herds of deer frolicked about joyfully in the flat, open land surrounding the kunjas. The hearts of everyone immediately flooded with joy just by seeing these areas, which were illuminated by chintamani gems and by trees as brilliant as coral. The top branches of the trees joined to form natural pleasing green canopies. I'm just checking to see my mic is plugged in. It is okay. Gazing upward forever, one could not find the tops of all those tall trees. The moonlight filtering through the canopies of the trees made small filaments of light on the forest floor that looked like piles of sesame and rice. Thinking it food, the female deer tried to lick it. The 4 kunja mandaps, the raised platforms, were so similar that even the devatas could distinguish them only by their placement in different directions. In those areas, the Vanadevis, the forest goddesses, they had stretched a canopy in preparation for the swing festival. The scattered moonlight appeared like pearl belts taken from the deities of the directions, broken by the steady wind, and broadcast on the earth out of respect for the land of Vrindavan. It appeared as if all the stars in the sky, in great bliss, left their positions to come offer respects to the land of Vrindavan. Whoa. These descriptions are just so the moonlight was going through the trees, and so it made like little sparkles on the ground, and so it was as if the all the stars in the sky, they left their positions in the sky to come touch the land of Vrindavan. That's what the grounds look like all the stars. But that was like the moonlight coming through the trees. Anyways. Piers of rustling silk cloth from the goddess of the sky forms the rooftops of the kunjas and hung down quivering like tongues trying to lick the dust of Vrindavan. The nets of pearls hanging from that cloth were swinging gently in the soft breeze and pleasantly resounding like tinkling ankle bells. The forest gods had decorated the canopies with strings of various kinds of fruit, and with fine scented chamars resembling white lotuses born from the sky, or swans flying up from the lake of moonlight. The swing arena carried the celestial scent of aromatic aguru fumes, drops of perfume squeezed from the kalpadruma trees, and piles of camphor dust, which made lines of white smoke in the sky. Impatient and anxious to begin the swing festival, the Devatas and their wives, the Siddhas, the Vidyadharas, the Charanas, and the Kinnaras, they played their instruments as they arrived in Vrindavan in their innumerable celestial airplanes. In a jubilant mood, the gentle goddesses from different forests, carrying various festival ingredients in their hands, they all assembled in Vrindavan. With friendship, kindness, and all good qualities, they finished decorating the swing arena and built an impressive entrance with the best garlands. From all directions, flocks of joyful birds came fluttering to broadcast the sweetness of the swing festival. They perched peacefully on the twigs and branches of the trees around the arena. Eager to see the wonderful swing festival, the birds sang the glories of Krishna while their own hearts swung in delight. The birds sang the glories of Krishna while their own hearts swung in delight. Forgetting all troubles and impelled by curiosity, varieties of deer gathered in the kunjas. They stood as motionless as figures in a painting, appearing as if they had not been attracted to the forest by the sound of Krishna's flute, had not abandoned their household duties, and not opposed their elders, the doe-eyed gopis, like touchstones for pleasurable pastimes, suddenly manifested out of nowhere as if coming directly from the desired trees. That was all a description of deer. Wow. Okay. Oh, no, wait. This is about the gopis. Let me just reread that. No, it's saying they stood as motionless as figures in a painting, appearing as if they had not. Or is this supposed to be a period? And this is the next sentence, I think, maybe. Appearing as if they had not been attracted by the forests, had not abandoned their household duties, and not opposed their elders. Yeah, this is about the doe-eyed gopis. Sorry. The doe-eyed gopis, like touchstones of pleasurable pastimes, suddenly manifested out of nowhere, as if coming directly from the desired trees. Okay, so colored with kumkum, their loins glistened ready for dancing. They wore fluffy petticoats covered by fine silk dresses extending to their ankles. Glittering bodices beautified their breasts. Their effulgent bodies were adorned with festive colored sashes and tinkling waist belts. Haribol Vidilala Sadidi. The soft rounded shoulders of the gopis rivaled the flower bow of Cupid. The gopis had tucked flower arrows. They had tucked flower arrows in their girdles and held flower bombs in their hands. Flower arrows and flower bombs, they're ready for battle. In the arena, the artful, amusing swing pastime. In the arena of the artful, amusing swing pastimes, the blissful gopis appeared like the incarnation of Rati, the goddess overseeing festive love battles. And that is the consort of Kamdev, right? The consort of Cupid. So they appeared like Rati. Some gopis had flower pollen sachets hidden in their golden waist belts. Those bags of pollen seems like the accumulated wealth of their skill in lovemaking, collected over a long period of time for purchasing the jewel of Krishna's mind. Some gopis held thousands of flasks filled with fragrant aguru, musk, camphor, and sandalwood ointments. These thin, delicate flasks would break open with a breath. Others carried ingeniously designed syringes filled with flower essences, kumkum water, sandal water, and musk water. The gopis looked like well-armed soldiers, ready for the battle of love. So ingeniously designed syringes. That's reminding me of when I was little, we'd play with super soakers. We had all different kinds of like water guns. I don't know what you call them. What did they call them? Squirt guns. But no, we had like all sorts of like really big ones, and like you pump them up and then it like shoots out water. But if it's ingeniously designed syringes, it must be like a lot more. Yeah, not just like a little pipe with a strap. I bet they have like all different kinds of ones where you can pump them up, and I don't know. I'm just playing around. But okay, anxiously awaiting the arrival of Radhika Sham to start the festival, each of the gopis, the jewels among women who are more beautiful than the soldiers of Cupid. They all thought that she would swing first. The gopis entered the four areas around the main arena while discussing this among themselves. Out of excitement, they made a din with their loud laughing that resembled the sweet cooing of the cuckoos. Okay, now finally Krishna enters. So Krishna entered the swing arena with his left arm resting on Radha's shoulder, holding his flute. In his right hand, Krishna twirled a lotus flower, while his bangles chimed happily. A pleasing peacock feather topped his reddish turban that tilted attractively to one side. Krishna's elegant earrings and ear lotuses swung in the breeze created by the bees circling his head. Fine cloth kissed his limbs, lit by the jewels of his crown and bracelets. Krishna shone attractively with his pearl necklaces tinged red from the rays of his Kaustuba jewel. Light, delicate footsteps accented his graceful yet playful gait. Jeweled anklets and bells adorned his lotus feet. Krishna, his splendid lips shining, appeared somewhat drowsy from chewing betel nut. Yet his effulgence easily defeated the combined radiance of all the jewels adorning the ladies in heaven. Krishna's effulgence took the shape of a jeweled mace to announce his entrance into the bower of jeweled trees. As Krishna and his servants ascended the dais surrounding the swing, the birds screeched, "Victory, victory, Jai, Jai." The trees and creepers felt such rapture that their limbs erupted with tiny bumps and honey streamed down like a torrent of tears. Haribol Champak Mataji. When the peacocks stared at Radha and Krishna, they thought that they were seeing dark rain clouds flashing lightning. Though knowing Radha and Krishna from before, due to their unprecedented love, the peacocks madly cried out, "Keo, Keo, who are these two persons?" Different festival denizens joined Krishna and the gopis to celebrate their Julan Leela. In attendance, there were charming charanas, male and female king purushas, and the wives of the siddhas, beating expertly on madal and panava drums with their delicate hands. Don't Kim Purushas have the body of a monkey? Is it? Let me just look that up. There's Kinnaras and King Purushas. And I'm just curious. Give me 1 second. Because I remember reading that a while before, and it was very interesting. And their name comes from Kinnara. Is that a man? And then there's King Purusha. Is that a Purush? Is that Kim Purushas and Kinnaras? Let's see what it says. Okay, this is just what it says. This is just the AI overview, so this might be a little bit wrong, but this is what it got from the internet. This is here on. Okay, let's look at Wikipedia. So the King Purushas are a race of beings featured in Hindu literature described as possessing the bodies of human beings and lion heads. Huh, that's interesting. Bodies of human beings and lion heads. That's what it says in Wikipedia. They're associated with and sometimes considered the same as the Kinnaras, though some Puranas distinguish between them. They're attendants of the god of wealth, Kubera. Okay, let's look at Kinnara. So a Kinnara is a creature from Hindu and Buddhist mythology. They are described as part human and part bird. And they have a strong association with music and love. And here is in Thailand, that's supposed to be a Kinnara. See, is like part bird and part human. Wow, so interesting. Anyways, all right. So in attendance were the charming Charanas, male and female King Purushas, and the wives of the Siddhas, beating expertly on Madal and Panava drums with their delicate hands. The spotless heavenly damsels from Swarga and the Apsaras, directed by Urvasi, held Chamar as uh, they held Chamars as radiant as waves in the Mandakini River. They showered fragrant flowers from the Nanda Kanan gardens, which glittered like stars as they fell through the sky. So you can imagine all these petals coming from outer space, just flowing down like stars. So in this atmosphere, Krishna mounted the attractive, comfortable seat of the swing. Krishna looked like a regal crest jewel sitting on the cotton seat. The cloth covering the seat was whiter than the foam that appeared during the churning of the milk ocean. Shining pillows also adorned the beautiful seat. Seeing that amazingly wonderful swing purified the vision and empowered the eyes to see other objects in a fresher way. While the Devatas played sweet music, Mukunda and Radha marveled at the intricate workmanship of the jeweled lamps illuminating the swing. Trembling out of ecstatic love, Radhika and her friends sat beside Krishna, who rested his left arm on Radhika's shoulder. When the Lord ascended the exquisite swing and displayed his sweet beauty, which defeated the fickle currents of a river of nectarian beauty, the Devatas and their wives lost all composure. As the ardent desire of the Devatas' hearts to get a closer view of the divine couple moved out of their hearts to express itself, it choked their throats. With that hope, they left the middle sky and they descended to the more favorable lower borders of the sky. When lotus-eyed Chandravali and other Gopi group leaders beheld the especially intimate feature of Krishna's sitting upon the swing, their eyes sparkled with blissful love. The gopis, adorned with colorful makeup and tinkling belts, they mounted their respective swings and loudly sang sweet songs in the appropriate tempo. Chandravali and her group sat facing Murari. Bhadra and her associates sat on his right. Shama and her followers on the left, and Dhanya and her assistants sat behind Murari. So he's faced on all four sides by these different groups of gopis. Crowding the four outer yards, other joy-filled gopis sang melodious songs with the finest artistic skill. Their effulgent complexions conquered a garden of golden creepers. As they softly vibrated their seven-stringed venas, the gopis produced pleasing ambrosial music of unequaled excellence. Holding on with one hand and swinging their bodies, gopis moved gaily on the swings as swarms of bees followed them. They moved gaily on the swings as swarms of bees followed them. With their free hands, the gopis took fistfuls of powder from the bags tucked in their belts, and they forcefully threw it into the air while their bangles jingled along. Scattered here and there by the winds, the colored powders spread a red hue through the sky, like a screen of fresh java flowers. The Devatas, anguished by this obstruction to seeing Krishna's pastimes, repeatedly showered flowers to remove the recurring screen of dust. It appeared the clouds dripped flower nectar. Wow. So gopis kept on throwing this flower, was it flower pollen, was it? Sorry, I spaced out when I read that. Anyways, it just says fistfuls of powder, but I think it's flower powder. And then it was obstructing the view of the devatas, so they showered down flowers to to remove the dust so that they could see Krishna. But then, then it appeared like clouds. Yeah. Okay. Clouds dripped with flower nectar, I mean. As the Manjaris gracefully pushed the swings, Vrinda and others shouted, Jai Hoi, Jai Hoi, or Jai Ho, Jai Ho. I don't know what it's supposed to say there. While blissfully absorbed in swinging. Sorry. Now, next sentence. Sorry, this is not I think this was done by OCR, and so there's like periods missing, and sometimes I mess up. So while blissfully absorbed in swinging, Radha and Krishna hurled colored powders on the gopis. When Chandravali and other Sakis when they returned the volley with their powders, Radha and Krishna revealed a unique state of fresh beauty. As the powders thrown at Krishna blew away in the wind, the gopis filled their reddened hands with sandalwood powder and other fragrances to bomb Krishna again. Radha's friends, who were experts in shooting pitchkaris, full of sweet-smelling colored water, they assembled around the swing of Radha and Krishna. Suddenly, Chandravali and her Sakis attacked Radha and Krishna with pitchkaris full of color. Pitchkari is, what do you call it? A syringe, like a big syringe. So I wonder how they assembled around the swing of Radha and Krishna, like just standing at the bottom, or were they in their own swings? I don't know. Suddenly, Chandravali and her Sakis attacked Radha and Krishna with pitchkaris full of color. With their jeweled pitchkaris loaded with scents and glittering like the moon, Radhika's Sakis counterattacked Chandravali and her group with a fountain spray of color. Aimed mainly at Chandravali, that spray of liquid scent did not even once touch the bodies of Radha and Krishna. Gathering their forces, Radha's Sakis, who were eager to win the battle, they shouted, I am winning! I am winning! In the pandemonium, what's pandemonium mean, actually? Pandemonium, chaos. In the mayhem, in the chaos, in the uproar. Okay. A wild and noisy disorder or confusion, uproar. Okay. So in the pandemonium, a few more gopis picked up pitchkaris and wildly squirted other gopis. In the excitement to win, some bottles of liquid fell and broke, releasing thick streams of aguru and sandalwood scented liquid over the ground. When the flower bombs being forcibly thrown from all directions came too close to the son of the king of Vrindavan, the gopis deflected them. If, however, any bomb happened to hit the dark blue body of Krishna, Radhika happily wiped it off with her soft hand, moistened from perspiration. Feeling disturbed, Krishna lost his composure upon seeing the condition of the gopis. He was afflicted with pride and apprehension. One second. Let me just fix something. There. Okay. So, to increase the pleasure of the doe-eyed gopis who gazed at him with shy, downcast eyes, like chakoris agitated by the moon, Krishna abandoned all rules of formal conduct and he followed the whims of Cupid. Witty, humorous, and controlled by his consorts, the brother of Balaram, rolling his eyes in desire, challenged the groups of gopis facing him on all sides, eager to play holy with him. Skillful at sport, Hari smashed the gopis in the southern direction with a deluge of colors. While moving on their swings, yeah, so this is all happening while they're swinging. Can imagine they're swinging and shooting like all these shots of uh this water, the scented colored water, and bombs, flower bombs, and all that. But they're doing that while swinging. My God, that must. So while moving on their swings and firing red powder at Krishna, the beautiful gopis appeared as victory flags of cleverness. And so they must, because they swing back and then they swing towards Krishna. So I'm guessing when they get close to Krishna, that's when they bomb and shoot the colored water and all that. And then they swing back and like, so they're all like swinging towards each other and then making their, uh, their shots. Sorry, my microphone. Okay. Then Krishna subdued the playful, blissful girls on the northern side. He next defeated the gopis and their associates in the western direction, who kept swinging the whole time while strongly desiring pastimes of enjoyment. Their eyes and bodies defeated the beauty of lakes full of lotus flowers. Then he conquered the elegant, excited women on the eastern side, who were particularly attractive, being seated on swings directly opposite him. While swinging and throwing ruby red powder with his lotus hands, Krishna shared a seat with Radhika, who possessed the limit of all excellent qualities. That's something I'm wondering, because they're all facing on the four sides of Krishna. And then Krishna defeats the western side, the northern side, the eastern side, like that. And so that must mean that Krishna's swing doesn't just go back and forth, but it must go like in different directions. I wonder what maybe so he must like push it to that side and then push it to that side and like I don't know, like because otherwise how could he get to all the other sides? After winning the Battle of Holi, and it must be like really long swings also, like my God. Okay, so while swinging and throwing ruby red powder with his lotus, Krishna's okay. So after winning the Battle of Holi, Krishna, smiling brilliantly, desired to please the different groups of the swinging gopis. Starting in the eastern direction, he faced each group and how do you say this word? Dexterously. I think so. Dexterously. He moved his swing in two different directions. Yeah, see, he would swing it in different directions. It wasn't just back and forth. When Krishna swung east or west, he moved the swing directly towards the gopis in those directions. When he swung to the north or south, those gopis sat next to him. In the joy of such counter swinging, Krishna's necklaces, forest garlands, and shining earrings all joined in the festival. Krishna enacts two types of eternal pastimes, manifest and unmanifest. With the description of Radha and Krishna's swing festival, I, Kavi Karnapur, the crest jewel of Rasiks, conclude the book entitled Ānanda-vṛndāvana-campū, which parallels the Vrindavan pastimes of the Lord described in the Srimad Bhagavatam. I have not described the Bhagavatam chapters about the Gopis' song of separation, the Gopi Geet, and the killing of Arishta and Keshi, the coming of Akrura, and entering the arena of Kamsa, because I consider them unsuitable to the sweet mood of Madhurya Vrindavan. He only wants happy pastimes in this book, no sad pastimes. The confidential pastimes of Krishna, the embodiment of transcendental wonder, are eternal by nature and constantly present in their manifest and unmanifest forms. What is the proof that Krishna's transcendental abode of Vrindavan exists eternally, though invisible to the material eye? In answer to this query, the Srimad Bhagavatam states, Jayati Janani Vaso Devaki Janmavado Yaduvara Parishat Svair Dorbirasyan Adharmam Stirachara Vrijinagna Susmita Shri Mukhena Vrajapura Vanitanam Vardayan Kamadevam. This is like one of the last verses of the 10th canto. Lord Shri Krishna is he who is known as Jananivasa, the ultimate resort of all living entities, and who is known as Devaki Nandan or Yashoda Nandan, the son of Devaki and Yashoda. He is the guide of the Yadu dynasty, and with his mighty arms, he kills everything inauspicious, as well as every man who is impious. By his presence, he destroys all things inauspicious for all living entities, moving and inert. His blissful, smiling face always increases the lusty desires of the gopis of Vrindavan. May he be all glorious and happy. So that's 10th canto, chapter 90, verse 48. And my Gurudev gives a beautiful, actually it's a Raise of the Harmonists article. I think it's called like the ocean in the palm of one's hand or something like that. I can't remember the title, but Gurudev gives a very deep rasik explanation of this verse. So the eternal nature of Krishna's pastimes is established by using the present tense in the Bhagavatam verse quoted above. Yeah, Jayati is present tense. Not that may it be victorious, or it's saying it is victorious. Yeah, something like that. It should be understood that the eternality of Krishna's pastimes is preserved by his inconceivable energy, his Achinta Shakti. This spiritual energy produces both manifest and unmanifest abodes. One cannot say that Krishna, who possesses inconceivable energy, does not have the power to maintain eternal places of manifest and unmanifest pastimes. Nor can it be said that his young lovers, the lotus-eyed gopis of Vrindavan, cannot be divided into different groups, such as Nitya Siddha gopis and Sadhan Siddha gopis, like the Shruticharis and Municharis. Nor can Vrindavan, the place of his transcendental pastimes, exist in an unmanifest state. Why can't the pastimes of Hari and Vrindavan be both manifest and unmanifest eternally? O person fond of arguing, give an answer to this one question. Do the manifest and unmanifest pastimes exist eternally and simultaneously? There are millions of universes, and as a particular pastime ends in one universe, it simultaneously manifests in another. If they do not start in a particular universe, what is the question of disappearing? According to this method, the manifested pastimes remain eternally always situated at some particular place. It is just like the sun, seemingly moving through days and nights and appearing sequentially in all the 7 continents. Is it Srila Prabhupada who would say or was it like Vishnu John Swami or somebody, but they'd say the Transcendental Roadshow? Because Krishna would go from one universe to the next, to the next, to the next, to the next. And so he's taking all his associates and everything with him to each different universe. performing all his pastimes and then going to the next universe. So his pastimes are eternally happening in a manifest way in this world always. So according to this method, the manifested pastimes remain eternally, always situated at some particular place. Although a pastime seems to disappear in one universe, it actually continues to exist there in, in unlimited, unmanifest forms. So right now, I'm in Vrindavan, and even though the pastimes are not manifest, they are still going on unmanifest to our vision. But those who have the sight to see them will be able to see them. It reveals itself through different characteristics as described in Sanatana Goswami's Brihad Bhagavatamrita. How could one Krishna simultaneously enter different temples to marry each of the 16,000 women along with the inhabitants of Dwarka, and also manifest himself in many forms along with forms of all his elders, such as Vasudeva? Just as Krishna, without any assistance from his expansions, manifested many forms of himself and his associates in Dwarka, could he not also manifest such things in Vrindavan? The Srimad Bhagavatam conclusively proves that Krishna is full of unlimited powers. Though he stays eternally in Vrindavan, in unmanifest Vrindavan, even though he stays eternally in Vrindavan, although he's unmanifest there, he goes off to Mathura. In his unmanifest form, Krishna stays in Vrindavan and eternally performs pastimes with the gopis. Krishna also burned in separation from the gopis in his manifest form. It is said, therefore, that nothing is impossible or astonishing for the Supreme Person, Yashodanandan, who is full of unlimited powers and beyond all conceptions. If Krishna, as Devakinandan, showed such greatness in marrying all the princesses, could he not do much more as Yashodanandan, his most perfect and complete manifestation? All such things perfectly befits the unlimited nature of Krishna. Kavi Karnapur, the son of Shivananda Sen, whose very life is Sri Chaitanya, has written this champu with a wealth of poetic knowledge. It has arisen by the mercy of Sri Krishna Chaitanya and by the pure intelligence attained from remembrance of the lotus feet of Sri Nath. Shri Gandharvika Giridhari ki jai. Jai Shri Ānanda-vṛndāvana-campū ki jai, Shri Kavi Karnapur ki jai, Radha Govinda Jhulan Yatra ki jai, Sarva Brajadevi Gan ki jai, Jai Shri Sachinandan Gaur Hari ki jai, Raseshwari Shri Vrishabhananandini Shrimati Radha Thakurani ki jai. All right, so we still have a few minutes left. Maybe we can sing the Julan song. There's also we're adding in a song by Rupa Goswami. Rupa Goswami wrote actually a couple of Julan songs. I think we're only adding one of them though. But you want to see it? Let's take a look at it. I just have to find the file. Let's see. Projects. I have no idea how to sing it. We can just make up a melody though. Laid out. There it is. Krishna. I think this is it. Although this might be an old file. Let's see. Is it here? There it is. Vila Sati Dolo Pari Vanamali. It's song 5. Okay. I forgot to look at the page number. Doesn't matter. We'll find it. Here it is. Okay, this is a short little one. So let's read the translation. This is by Rupa Goswami. This is from the Gitavali section of his Stavamala. This is song 4. Sri Krishna, adorned with a garland of forest flowers, shines radiantly on a swing. He resembles a bee hovering above a trembling lotus. Red powder scatters here and there, as the affectionate Sakis, such as Lalita, swing him with great delight. The clapping of the gopis, such as Tungavidya, adds to the merriment, while a cowherd maiden, such as Vishaka, dances gracefully before him. This Sri Krishna, adorned with forest ornaments, reigns victorious as he protects and nourishes the eternal ras, Shringar ras. Vilasati dolo pari vanamali. Vilasati dolo parivanamali. Okay, that's how you do it. Tarala saroruha. No. Tarala saroruha. Shirasi yathali. Vilasati dolo parivanamali. Nipatati parito vandanapali. Tang dolayati moda suhridali. Vilasati dolo pari vanamali. Janayati gopi jana karatali. Kapi puro nrityati pashupali. Kapi puro nrityati pashupali. Ayamaran ayamaranyaka mandanashali. Jayati sanatana rasa paripali. Jayati sanatana rasa paripali. Vilasati dolo parivanamali. Vilasati dolo parivanamali. And now we have the Hindi songs for Julanatra. Where did I put those? I think I put them in the Radha Krishna chapter. Or is it in the Sri Radha chapter? Let's see. Can't actually remember where I put it. Okay, it's in the Radha Krishna chapter, I'm guessing. Yeah, it is. Okay, let's sing the Hindi Julan song. I don't have a mridanga with me, so I'm just singing it. Okay. So, oh Radha, go and sit on the swing. Low rain clouds have come and filled the sky. Give up your sulky mood, oh friends. Don't be stubborn like this. You are the dear, highly intelligent daughter of King Vrishabhanu. Decorate yourself with 16 kinds of ornaments and line your eyes with kajal. Don your 5-colored sari and cover yourself with a thin, dark veil. Your playful beloved is waiting for you on the path. O Radha, wherever you place your feet, Sham's eyes follow. Silken ropes are hung, upon which fair Radha is swinging. Her golden arms are decorated with flower bracelets. Radhe Julana Padaro Juke Aaye Padara Juke Aaye Padara Gira Aaye Padara Radhe Julana Padaro Juke Aaye Padara ऐसो मान नाही कीजे हट छोरोरियाली तुम तो परम सयानी वृषभानु की लाली साजो सोला श्रृंगार दारो नयनन कजरा साजो सोला श्रृंगार तारो नयनन कजरा पहरो पंचरंग साड़ी ओरो श्याम चदरा तेरो रसिका प्रीतम मग जो हाथ खड़ो राधे जहाँ पर राधे जहाँ पग धरो श्याम नयना धरो राधे जहाँ पग धारो श्याम नयना धरो राधे झूलन पधारो झुके आए पदरा डारी रे श्याम डोरी जा पे झूले राधा गोरी डारी रे श्याम डोरी जा पे झूले राधा गोरी जाकी भाइया गोरी गोरी पहरे हाथन गजरा जाकी भैया गोरी गोरी पहरे हाथन गजरा और राधे झूलाना पधारो जू के आए बदरा ओ श्यामा झूलाना पधारो जू के आए बदरा. Okay, now there is this next song. How do we sing this one? Oh, God, I'm not so good with Hindi songs. Um, झूला झूले राधा दामोदर वृंदावन में झूला झूले राधा दामोदर वृंदावन में कैसी चाय हरियाली अली कुंजाना में कैसी छाय हरियाली आली कुंजन में झूला झूले राधा दामोदर वृंदावन में झूला झूले राधा दामोदर वृंदावन में. I think it just keeps on going like that. इतनंदा को दुलारो उत भानु की दुलारी जोरी लागे अति प्यारी बसी नयनन में अझूला झूले राधा दामोदर वृंदावन में जमुना के कुल पहिर सुरंग दुकुल जमुने के कुल पहिर साय पहिर सुरंग दुकुल ते से खिला रहे फूल इन कदम बन इन कदमन में राधे जो साय झूला झूले राधा दामोदर वृंदावन में गौरी श्याम रंग घन दामनी के संग भाई I don't know how you say it. भे अखिया अपंग छवि भरी मान में राधा मुख और नयन श्याम के चकोर सखी सखियान प्रेम डोर लगी चरणन में झूला झूले राधा दामोदर वृंदावन में कैसी छाय हरियाली अली कुंजन में कैसी छाय हरियाली अली कुंजन में झूला झूले राधा दामोदर वृंदावन में हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे हरि बोल हरि बोल निताय गौर हरि बोल निताय गौर हरि बोल निताय गौर हरि बोल. Okay, Jai Shri Sachinandan Gaur Hari ki Jai, Shri Shri Radha Vinod Bihari Ju ki Jai, Shri Govinda Gopinath Maran Mohan Ju ki Jai, Jai Shri Guru Dev ki Jai, Jai Shri Param Guru Dev ki Jai, Shri Prabhupada ki Jai, Shri Rupanu Gauriya Guru Varga ki Jai, Sapasha Ji Gaur Nityananda Prabhu ki Jai, श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीगान की जय, श्री गिरिराज महाराज की जय, श्री तुलसी महारानी वृंद देवी की जय, श्री भक्ति देवी की जय, श्री पूर्णमासी योगमाई की जय, जय श्री झूलन, श्री राधा गोविंद झूलन यात्रा की जय, जय श्री झूलन महोत्सव की जय, जय श्री पवित्र रोपण एकादशी तिथि की जय, जय श्री सच्चिदानंद भक्ति विनोद ठाकुर की जय, जय श्री कवि कर्णपुर की जय, जय श्री आनंद वृंदावन चंपू की जय, श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय, अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय. The Adivas Tithi of Srila Rupa Goswami's disappearance day ki jai. Shri Harinam Sankirtan ki jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai. Shinitai Gaur Premanande. Hari Hari Bol. Vrindai Tulsi Devai. Priyai Keshavashachar. Krishna Bhakti Pradadevi. Satyavatai Namo Namaha. Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha. Kripa Sindhu Vacha. Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Dandavat pranams Nari Hari Prabhu, Bhavatharini Mataji, Radha Vinod Prabhu, Anadi Krishna Prabhu, Sarveshwari Mataji, Champak Mataji, and all the devotees watching on YouTube and Facebook. Let's see who's there. Let's see, Ganga Mataji, Krishna Mai Didi, Rohini Nandan Prabhu, Raseshwari Mataji, Bilva Mangal Prabhu, Shama Didi, Vidyalalasa Didi, Deval 33, whoever that is, Hare Krishna, and all the other people who haven't written comments, Dandavat pranams to you as well. Guessing Indira Mataji is there. And also, let me just see if I can look on Facebook, if I could see the comments there. If I just open up Facebook. Anyways, and also pranams to all the devotees watching in the future. Yeah, all devotees watching in the future, like Shachi Devi, Revati Devi, and everybody else. I see Marco is there. Anyways, yeah, Dandavat pranams. Oh, yeah, sorry, and Manjari Didi, Krishna Rose, Jaydev Prabhu, Revati Didi. I already said Sachi Devi, right? Yeah, Dandavat pranams, everybody. Thank you so much for joining. And I have no idea what we're going to do tomorrow. Tomorrow, Rupa Goswami's disappearance day. It's an overwhelming day. I mean, 1 second, Sarveshwari Mataji. But yeah, because there's going to be live streaming of like, Manjari Mataji, she does this Rupa Goswami conference, and so there's going to be Harikatha all throughout the day from all sorts of, all devotees, scholars, devotees from all different sanghas, also ISKCON devotees, and from all over. It's a very beautiful gathering over the next 3 days, and they will all be streamed on Facebook. And then, but I have to do something in our usual morning program. We have to give honor to Rupa Goswami somehow, so I'll figure out what we'll do. Sarveshwari Mataji. Yes.
Just I want to ask you, in Facebook when they stream, what do you type? You type what?
Type in Rupa Goswami conference, and
Right.
there's a special page for Rupa Goswami conference.
Right.
And I told yesterday, I told Manjari Mataji that she should do 2 things. I think she did this last year as well, though, but she should stream it on Facebook, and also just record it, not streaming it on another phone, so that it will have like a high quality version. Because sometimes the stream will, sometimes the internet's not always great, and so there's also a YouTube channel for the Rupa Goswami conference, and there will, after the program, will upload like high quality versions of the videos as well. So you can see it live, or you can see it afterwards, better quality version.
Yeah, another question was what's the meaning of the word shampoo? Like is Gopal shampoo, Ananda shampoo?
That is a good question. I actually don't know the answer to that, and I'm curious myself. So let's look it up. Let's look up the word champu. I think I once did hear the meaning, but I just forgot what it was. Champu. Let's see. I think it's a long U, right? Champu. Let's see what the dictionary says. Champu is a kind of elaborate composition in which the same subject is continued through alterations in prose and verse. Okay, so Gopal Champu and Ānanda-vṛndāvana-campū. The champu is a style, I guess, in which the same subject is continued through alterations of prose and verse. Interesting. Cool. Now we know.
Thank you, Hare Krishna. Thank you. Thank you.
Haribol. Haribol.
Haribol.
All right, so I look forward to seeing you all tomorrow. Jai Shri Radhe. Haribol.